Right now, we're going to bring on the line Egg Harbor Township head coach Bryan Carmichael, and they got a very interesting Saturday lined up. Good morning, Coach.
Morning, Dave. How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Doing good. I'm still trying to wake up here a little bit. We're trying to get used to this new time frame.
I've been up for a while. We got a lot going on today.
Yeah, tell us about what you got going on. The inaugural Egg Harbor Township alumni game coming up 1 o'clock, I believe, right?
That's correct. Yeah, 1 o'clock today, Bargaintown Field there in Egg Harbor Township. We were unable to use our high school facility. It's something we're going to work on in the future. Unfortunately, they were doing some work to it, core aerating and seating it, so we weren't able to use it. But we got our first inaugural alumni game today. We got 50 guys signed up.
Wow.
I've got 100 hamburgers, and we're going to go out and play some baseball today, reconnect with some of the alumni, some of the guys that have played for me, guys that have played for, guys in the past, Bobby Woods and Buddy Treen, Roddy Velarde and Rich Chinney, and hopefully come together and get those guys. The idea is, not only to connect with them, but also get them back involved in the program. My
boy Rod Velarde's going to be out there?
He might be. He said he might stop by.
Get him out there. I faced him in high school when he was a Toms River South pitcher.
Yeah, he still pitches. I think he pitches in the over 40 league right now.
Yeah, over 35 league. I faced him this summer. It was kind of funny because he kept trying to get me on this outside curveball, and I wouldn't bite on it. And after the game, I reintroduced myself. I hadn't seen him in a couple years, and he was like, "Oh, yeah. Sully." He's like, "I knew that had to be somebody I know because everybody else swings at that pitch." I was like, "Yeah, I remember that pitch from the '80s, buddy."
Yeah. So it should be fun. It's been a lot of fun today, and then we're also tomorrow we have the first time since I've been head of the program that we're going to run a golf tournament tomorrow at McCullough. So we kind of piggybacked each of them off of one another and kind of made it like an alumni weekend for the baseball program. So it should be a lot of fun out there.
Nice.
Today.
That's awesome. How did this all come about? I know you've probably spoken to some of these other coaches, guys like Brent Bean over Atlantic City, Steve Normain at Holy Spirit. They've kind of reignited that alumni feeling over there. They actually play each other now in the alumni game. How much of that went into it? Did you talk to some of these other coaches around the league and try to get an idea of the best way to put it together?
Well, exactly. Those guys, we saw those guys do it. And, alumni games with baseball and college baseball, it's kind of a tradition thing. I played at Rowan. Our alumni game was last weekend. Our golf tournament was last weekend. Alumni game was 2 weekends ago. So it's something that goes along with baseball. And then I'm sure my pitching coach, my assistant coach, Sean Coyle, played at Egg Harbor Township. And it's something that he's been in my ear about for probably about 3 years now, probably right about when Atlantic City and Holy Spirit started doing theirs. And he runs our website, our baseball website. And there was a lot of interest in it. And then when we were planning, probably back last June, for fundraisers for our trip to Myrtle Beach, one of our players' fathers who played at Egg Harbor Township, Jeff Moss Sr., brought up the golf tournament, and then he also turned to me and said, I think we should do an alumni game. And I said, I'm all for it. Let's get the ball rolling on it. And because Sean was so adamant about it, I kind of turned everything over to him, and he's kind of spearheaded it from our standpoint, along with Jeff Moss Sr. And we got 50 guys signed up, so I'm sure there'll be a couple of other guys that will walk up today.
I think Coyle just wants to get out there on the mound and show he's still got some stuff, right?
Well, I don't think he's going to. I actually think he's on the IR today. He's
come on.
And he's not going to. I don't think he's going to participate today. He's going to be flipping burgers with me.
What did he come up with? The undisclosed lower leg injury?
Yeah, something about a car accident a couple years ago, and he's having some problems with his neck and back. So I think he's going to be on the IR today.
Oh, come on, man! Couple Advil, you're good to go. I got to get on his case today about that. I'll be out there taking some photos and stuff, so it should be a neat experience.
Yeah, it should be. It should be good. It's an opportunity for us. Someone like myself who didn't go to Egg Harbor, and to reconnect with some of the guys that did, and kind of let them know like what we're doing, what the direction of the program is, where we're looking ahead. So it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun today.
We're talking with Bryan Carmichael, head baseball coach at Egg Harbor Township High School. They got their inaugural alumni game coming up today at 1 o'clock, Bargaintown Park. Coach, what else should people know about that if they want to stop by? What other kind of things you have going on?
Well, it's like I said, 50 guys. Originally, we had talked about doing odd years versus even years, but I don't think our number breakdown quite works out that way. We got some guys that they're going to be playing from when the school originally opened up in 1983 to some guys that had just graduated last year that are done fall ball for this season at their respective college. My booster club was gracious enough to donate T-shirts, so every guy or alumnus that comes back and participates in the game will receive an inaugural Egg Harbor Township Baseball Alumni Game T-shirt. Like I said, we're going to be. I went out last night and probably. I think I have like 120 hamburgers to do on the grill today to feed these guys, and just come out and just reconnect and rekindle. That fire that some of these guys had when they were in high school, and then try to get them involved a little bit more in our program, let them know where we're headed and what we're trying to do. It'd be great if we get a guy or two to get involved with our booster club and, in our fundraising efforts. It does cost a lot of money to take these guys. We're taking 30 guys to Myrtle Beach in the spring, and, hopefully this is something that helps us out.
I'll take one medium rare extra cheese. I can put my order in now.
It'll be ready for you.
Coach, wanted to talk a little bit more baseball here with you. I know you're a baseball guy and always love talking baseball, even if it's October. A kid named Buddy Kennedy over there at Millville just gave his verbal to University of North Carolina. I know you've played them pretty much every year the last couple of years. What stands out about that kid?
He killed us last year. I think he threw against us as a freshman towards the end of the season and beat us. I was very impressed with him then. And then the first game that we played them over in Millville last year, I think he was 3 for 4 with 3 doubles. The kid just mashes at the plate. He's got a great approach. Obviously, him receiving what he received from North Carolina is well deserved. I mean, he deserves it. He's put himself in the front of the talent pool here in the Cape Atlantic League, which is pretty rich right now. And I know last year when he went to the Carpenters Cup, he was probably the shining star for the Tri-Cape team in the Carpenter Cup.
We got Roy Hallenbeck coming up next, following you up. So I'll make sure to mention that when they play Egg Harbor Township, to maybe sit Kennedy on the bench for a couple innings there.
He's not going to get much to hit from us. I can tell you that. He was impressive last year as a sophomore, all conference. He's got all the tools. He's a 5-tool guy. He can run. He does a great job on the base pass. Tremendous arm. And then I know he plays for the Evo Shield Canes. AAU, and I know last weekend was the underclassmen World Series down in Fort Myers, and I from what I understand and read on the Perfect Game website is that he had a tremendous tournament. I know he had a big home run in the semifinals, and I'm sure that had something to do with him getting the offer from North Carolina because all those guys are down there.
How cool is that with the Cape Atlantic League? We've talked about this last year and the year before about the state of high school baseball in this league and how good it's become. I mean, you see a guy like Buddy Kennedy going to North Carolina, kid like Kyle Gerace from mainland signing with Rutgers. That's got to be great to inspire some of these younger kids to get more involved with baseball around here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a tribute to the area. Back when I played back in '92. The Cape Atlantic League wasn't per se a great baseball conference, but over the last 8 to 10 years, the Cape Atlantic League has moved to the forefront baseball wise. I mean, we got guys. Obviously Mike Trout helps. Him being in the area, it gives the kids the notion that they could do that. And then you got the kid Joe Gatto and Ed Charlton. The list goes on and on. With these guys that have come through in the last couple of years. And one of the things, and I wasn't aware of this, and Coach Coyle said it to me the other day, that, we have 15, Egg Harbor Township has 15 kids playing college baseball right now. And I was shocked when I heard that, it's amazing. So, I think it's a tribute to the coaches in the Cape Atlantic League, but not only coaches, but, the area that, it sees, this influx of talent, and people are running with it and seeing that, a lot of people say baseball's dead. By no means is baseball dead in southern New Jersey.
Good stuff, Coach. We're going to let you go here. Before we let you go, real quick, your World Series pick.
Cubs. Love them. Young talent.
Oh, baby.
I think the thing, like, people don't realize that Chris Bryan, second-year guy, he was playing college baseball 2 years ago for UC San Diego. And, the guy that they got playing first base, Schwarber, I mean, he was catching for Indiana 2 years ago in the College World Series. I mean, they got some young talent there. I love them. I'm a huge Joe Madden fan. His track record speaks for itself, when he was with the Rays. And, he gets with the Cubs this year, and in 1 year, I mean, I think they're the best team in baseball right now. I wouldn't be surprised. Plus, Back to the Future predicted it years ago. The Cubs would win the World Series in 2015.
There you go. It's all set. Thanks a lot, Coach. Have fun today. We'll see you out there at 1 o'clock, Egg Harbor Township alumni game at Bargaintown Park. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Hey, thanks for having me. Awesome.
All right. Have a good weekend. That was Coach Bryan Carmichael of the Egg Harbor Township High School baseball team. They got their alumni game 1 o'clock, Bargaintown Park.